It's the KC Arts Beat Report. I'm Patrick Neas, and if you're a dance lover, today's show is going to be of special interest to you. And we're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, I'd like to ask you if you like today's Arts Beat Report, please like it on YouTube and share it with your friends. And also, please like and subscribe to the KC Arts Beat YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. We have lots of great information about the arts every single day on Facebook, so please follow us there. But anyway, as I say, two fantastic guests from the world of dance today. One is Anna-Marie Holmes, who is an Emmy-winning choreographer with an amazing resume, including having danced with the Kirov Ballet and a soloist with the Winnipeg Ballet. She's taught all over the world, including at the Royal Danish Ballet. She founded the International Academy of Dance, Costa do Sol, in Portugal. And Ramona Pansegrau, who is a Kansas City treasure. She is the music director for the Kansas City Ballet. She's been leading the Kansas City Symphony for decades here. We are so lucky to have a ballet company that uses live music with a live orchestra. And Ramona has been at the helm for decades now, doing a fantastic job. So, anyway, I would like to welcome Anna-Marie and Ramona Pansegrau to the KC Arts Beat Report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
And, we're talking to you today because you both are working on a big project coming up, the ballet Don Quixote, which is going to be March 21st to the 30th at the Muriel Kauffman Theatre at the Kauffman Center for the Performing Arts, the Kansas City Ballet. This is a classic of the world of ballet, but Ramona, isn't this the first time it's going to be performed in Kansas City?
It is. It's the very first time, and it's a world-renowned favorite ballet of all ballet lovers. It's exciting with all kinds of Spanishy music written by Minkus. And Anna Marie's staging has been done all over the world, so audiences are in for an unbelievable treat with this ballet.
This is a very lively ballet. It's full of Spanish character dance and tambourines and smiling and jumping and turning. And so it's a lot of fun for the audience.
Well, I want to talk to you about this particular production because Anna-Marie, I know that you kind of specialize in restaging these big classic ballets, but I'm kind of curious about I know you're both friends, very good friends. How do you know each other?
Well, when I was with Boston Ballet, Ramona came and she was the company pianist. And we actually even lived in the same building, and we became very good friends. And she came, I had a summer school in Ascoli Piceno, and she came there. And I directed the summer school in Jacob's Pillow, and she was the premier pianist there. And so we've just been friends forever. And I'm here now in Kansas, and I'm staying in her beautiful home.
Now, Anna-Marie, have you worked with the Kansas City Ballet before?
Yes, I have.
Uh-huh. What have you
I I,
done?
I did a Lorenzia here many years ago with Dukadovska,
Oh,
and I did another production here with stars from New York, and so I've been here a couple of times before.
This was in the 60s, and there are actually news articles of some great big party at the Kempers for the stars that were here. And Anna Marie actually rode an elephant to their house up a hill. So um so
wow.
so
Yeah.
evidently it was kind of a legendary production. But yeah, she was here way back, and when I first came to Kansas City 18 years ago, Anna Marie said to me, "Oh, I've been to Kansas. I rode an elephant." And I'm like, "Uh-huh, sure." And then sure enough.
Well, Tatiana Dakudovska, she was the founder of the ballet, right?
One
Yeah.
of them, yes.
Yes.
And Todd Bollender I knew too very well. So I knew him from Frankfurt, but so he was one of the next ones.
Now, Ramona, you said 18 years ago. Is that when you were here last, Anna-Marie, or?
No, she was here in
Oh,
1969.
Oh,
So,
oh, okay. That was the
yeah,
last
yeah.
time you were here? Was in 69?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
wow.
would guess so. Yeah.
Oh, well, welcome back. It's about time.
Yeah. It's changed quite a bit.
Yes, yes, I was going to say it must, quite an eye opener to see the new digs there at the Todd Bolender Center. I
Yeah.
don't know where the ballet was located when you were here in 69. Do you recall? It was
It was some building, but it was just a small place. I remember that.
uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, well, it's amazing. Well, Ramona has been part of the big transformation of the Kansas City Ballet. It has been a real metamorphosis over the past 15, 20 years. I'm sure it must be very rewarding to you, Ramona, to see how the ballet has blossomed.
It is, it's been really exciting to see. I mean, I first came here with Bill Whitener, and we were in a small building. It was a much smaller company. They had only done a couple of full-length ballets, basically because they were also performing at the Folly Theater, and not the Folly. It was where the old the new
Yeah,
YMCA
the
is.
lyric.
Lyric, that's right. So the stage was really small, so we couldn't do any of these big, wonderful productions. And over the last decade, to see the transformation Devin has wrought, Devin Carney, the artistic director, with the addition of our second company and other additions with apprentices. We've got more dancers we can put on stage. We've got the beautiful Kauffman Theatre perform in. The dancers are technically much more proficient than when I first arrived nearly 2 decades ago. And so it's very exciting to be able to do these well-known worldwide classics and show them to Kansas City and see how wonderful our dancers really are.
and I've really pushed the dancers. I've been in there making them do more and more and more, and they're getting better and better and better.
Well, after Devon arrived, whenever that 10 years ago or whenever that was, since then you guys have done Swan Lake and Sleeping Beauty and Jewels and
Yes.
and now Don Quixote. This is a big one that needed to get on the bucket list. What
Yeah,
makes this
absolutely.
what makes this ballet need a big proficient company, unlike other ballets?
Well, Don Quixote is really good because it is funny. It has humor in it. And so there's, besides all of the big classical jumping and turning, there's a lot of bravura technique. So it's very exciting because you see people jump very high, people turn a lot, and there's also humor in it. So it is fun to go see. It's not boring at all.
Well, and it takes a lot of dancers. It has a huge set. It's obviously a big story, so it needs all of that behind it. And the music is very exciting as well. So it's wonderful that we have the Kansas City Symphony that'll be playing it. Um, Anna-Marie got the music out of Russia, and I had the opportunity then to take that original score and make an arrangement that absolutely fitted her vision of the ballet with all of the pieces of music in the order she wanted with all of the repeats or deletions. And so that's been done. Anne Marie's version and my score have been done in 6 different companies since we did it.
Around the world.
And
Wow.
this is my first opportunity to actually conduct my own score because it's been in other companies and I've been in. So
Wow.
I'm very excited to finally get to do that.
And also in this ballet, it has several number of children, which is nice. In the dream scene, there's a lot of cupids, 12 little cupid girls, and in the first act, there are little boys playing and doing things. So it appeals to everyone.
Uh-huh. And I understand. I don't want to give away. Can you say who's dancing the role of Don Quixote?
Not really.
All right, okay. This is going to be a very special surprise, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We have three casts. We have
Oh,
three
okay.
casts of Kitri and Basilio, which are the two big leading roles in the ballet. So,
Will
and
there
so
be
I'm working them hard.
will there be a different Don Quixote in each performance, or will it be the same Don Quixote?
No, they'll be different.
There are two Don Quixotes.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right. Great. Now,
Yeah.
people, I think, even if they haven't seen Man of La Mancha or read the book, which I have, by the way, and it's a hilarious book. It's still funny. It's like Laurel and Hardy. But can you kind of give people an idea? Is there a story or is it just a series of funny sketches?
no, no, there's definitely a story. The ballet has two lines going on at the same time. You've got Don Quixote and Sancho Panza on a journey, and then you also have in the port of Barcelona, you have Kitri, a beautiful young lady, and Basilio, her her boyfriend, and their antics and how they get mixed up with Don Quixote when he comes to town. So you've got the Kitri Basilio story, which is actually the main story of the ballet. And Kitri, Kitri's father wants her to marry the rich man in town named Gamache. Kitri's in love with Basilio, so automatically you have a triangle. But then you get into the story, Don Quixote comes into town, gets hit on the head while he's tilting at windmills. And yes, we do have a windmill. And he imagines her as his Dulcinea. So now you've really got a mess, and that is how the story goes with a wonderful, joyous, happy ending.
Is it difficult to convey that story, Anna Marie?
No, not really,
Uh-huh.
because the choreography follows along with them and shows the different aspects of their characters.
One of the wonderful things is when I was at Boston Ballet with Anna-Marie, I met Anna-Marie's daughter, the 7-year-old Leanne Marie. And Leanne is an actress now and was actually here for a week coaching the dancers on acting so that the story is clear. And she did a fantastic job.
Yes, and she rewrote the synopsis so that the synopsis would go with the music. And she really pushed the dancers also to think of what their characters were and who they were in the ballet and all of that, so that they weren't just doing steps, but they were acting.
So it really, really clearly tells the story.
It must be a real challenge to both do athletic dance and at the same time act and convey emotions and things.
That's what makes the art form so beautiful,
Uh-huh.
is the fact that it can show emotion and show physicality both at the same time.
And let's talk about the music, Ramona. It's by Minkus. Yeah, I forget his first
Yes,
name. What's the Minkus's first name? Ludwig or
Ludwig. Yes. Well,
oh,
he was Viennese. He was a child prodigy violinist. He went to Paris early in his life and worked with a gentleman named Deldevez, who was the gentleman that wrote the ballet Paquita. So he contributed music to that. Then he went to Russia and he was conductor for the Bolshoi Orchestra. And he wrote his very first ballet. And it was Don Quixote, and it was a huge success. And that was in 1869. And the Tsar was a bit jealous that Moscow had this incredible ballet, so he asked him to come to St. Petersburg. He went to St. Petersburg and redid it. So he expanded it from 3 acts to 5 acts.
We're not doing that.
No, we're not. And he made it a little more sophisticated for the court. But he did do something that we are doing, which is the gorgeous dream scene in Act Two. That was added for St. Petersburg. The Tsar absolutely loved this ballet to the point that he made Minkus court composer to the Tsar, which he was in that position for nearly 20 years. So Minkus has got some wonderful output of music. Unfortunately for Minkus, there was somebody else in town at the time, and that would have been Tchaikovsky. So Minkus was only a ballet composer, and Tchaikovsky, of course, with his incredible spread of music from ballets to concerti to symphonies, the public didn't take Minkus quite as seriously as Tchaikovsky. So his music was a bit buried in time, but it is so worth hearing. This ballet, his other ballet that I absolutely love is La Bayadere, which has the most beautiful Act Two in it. So Minkus's music is joyous. He's known for his waltzes.
Yeah.
He can write character into anything. So in Minkus, in Don Q, it sounds, very Spanish. He can make it sound very Oriental in La Bayadere. He was an incredibly versatile composer.
Now, speaking of another expat who was involved with the original production, the choreographer Marius Petipa.
Yes.
Where did he come from originally? He wasn't Russian, was he?
Paris.
Yeah, Paris.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we know what his original choreography was like, and did that inform your conception, Anna-Marie?
Yes, I was the first North American to dance with the Kirov Ballet in Russia. So I learned a lot of ballets there. And my teacher, Natalia Dudinskaya, she is the one that sent us the music from St. Petersburg. And she taught me all of the techniques of the Russian dancers.
Is there any kind of technique you can tell us that is kind of unique to Russian ballet that you may have preserved in your own choreography?
Oh, yes, many things,
Uh-huh.
many things.
I think you'll see the bravura technique for one thing, the lifts, the jumps, the partnering,
The turns.
yeah, that's all Anna-Marie's tradition, and it's beautiful to see. Classic ballet. So I'm absolutely loving it. The dancers are loving it, and to get input from Anna-Marie with corrections, things to help them grow as dancers, all of that's happening at the same time as we're putting on this ballet.
And they're getting better every day. And I'm really correcting them and working with them and enjoying it. So
It sounds like the kind of show that would appeal not just to ballet-omanes, if I pronounce that correctly, but also to like people who like athletic feats of skill, right?
yes, yes, especially if people that like athletic things, they would love this ballet because it is very athletic.
And if you like a light-hearted, family-oriented, fun story for escapism for 2 hours and 15 minutes, this is definitely your ballet.
Yeah, it's not too long. It's not too long, and it's very joyous, which we all need nowadays.
Don't we? Boy, don't. It sounds like a great show with something for absolutely everybody. So again, that's Don Quixote, music by Minkus, which will be conducted by Ramona Pansegrau, choreography by Anna-Marie Holmes, and the Kansas City Ballet is going to present that March 21st to the 30th at the Muriel Kauffman Theatre. For tickets, check out the website kcballet.org, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Uh-huh, wonderful.
please. We want a full house.
I bet you get it. I bet you get it. Well, it's been a real delight talking to both of you, two women who are passionate about what they do and do it so well. And thanks for sharing your gifts with Kansas City.
It's a pleasure. It's a
Thank you,
pleasure to be
Patrick.
here.
And best wishes on Don Quixote. Till next time, again, please like and subscribe to KC Arts Beat, and we'll talk to you next time.